Welcome to a continuation of yesterday's episode of 30-Minute Reviews. I am Adam. This will be episode 104 and a half or 104.5, but we don't do American Top 40 as you would expect from something titled 104.5. We are going to continue talking about my running feud with Bethesda. So, yesterday after I made the episode and I put it up, I feel like it has nothing to do with it, but Bethesda did email me back, again, regarding this issue. So, I'll take a minute and take you through the email so that way we can go over what happened, because I feel like this is a thing that needs to be explained in full. I need to make sure both sides of the situation are on the same page. So here we have our the first email that I sent to Bethesda. I said, hello, I purchased Fallout 4 Game of the Year. This is just going to be a quick recap for those of you who didn't hear the first part and don't want to go back and listen to the rain-ridden episode from yesterday in the middle of a fucking storm. So, hello. I purchased Fallout 4 Game of the Year for Xbox One. It did not come with the download code for the DLCs in the box. It only came with a code for the digital copy of Fallout 3 instead. On the only paper that was included in the box. I was wondering if there's any way I could get the code for the other DLCs that was not included. Now, at the time, I did not have access to another way of contacting Bethesda, so I sent this to the email that they have listed on the site for customer service, which is customerservice@gear.bethesda.net. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, that sounds like a good place to email it because it's Bethesda and it's customer service, and so you got everything good there. So, I emailed them. This was 1:03 p.m. on the 4th, which was Sunday. On the 4th, immediately after, they sent me a thing like, hey, we got your message, we'll get to you as soon as possible. Okay. So then the 5th, they emailed me back finally. This was Monday. Hello, I'm so sorry, but unfortunately we do not have the resources to answer this question. We are only able to answer questions or assist with issues regarding orders placed at gear.bethesda.net. Please contact help.bethesda.net or the retailer you purchased from for any further assistance with your game, beta, or any technical issues. Which tells me that they didn't really read the email. They would just kind of throw it off into another situation. Because it was very, very generic. It doesn't address what the problem is, or anything like that. It just says, we can't help you, you have to contact someone else. Now, I did not contact the retailer, because I'm not going to go and make a scene at a retailer, which in this case is Best Buy, over this situation, because as I outlined yesterday, I bought the game back in July, but I have this bad habit of not opening things, so it's past the 90 days, so you can't return it anyway. Didn't open until last week, though, and so I'm going to the retailer about returning a video game that's already opened is barking up the wrong tree. Not worth the effort for me to do that, or worth me getting into an argument with a person there who's just trying to do their job when I just want to get my DLC code, because they can't issue the code there either. So really, that's a dumb response to go to anyway. It's just ridiculous that that's even voiced as an option, because I know that there's nothing they can do. It's like where I work, we sell movies, and we get new releases in. So like we get in like Infinity War. And Infinity War, the Blu-ray edition, is Blu-ray, DVD, digital. So if you get the game, if you pick up the movie, you bring it home, you open up the case, and the digital copy is not in there, then you come and return it. I'm just going to be like, there's nothing I can do about that, because number one, I have no way of verifying that you actually didn't take the copy out, because I'm not the company that redeems it. Because, like, the thing is, Microsoft would be able to tell them that I had never redeemed the code before, and you would think these codes would be linked in some way to the box, but really, knowing how the UPC system works, as in general, there's no way of tracking what goes to what. But they would be able to track that there was a copy of Game of the Year sold, there was a code that was sent to Game of the Year, and that code was never redeemed. I feel like there's some way they can track that. To prove that I never actually redeemed this code, because quite honestly, who the fuck wants a second copy of the Fallout DLC? That's the problem I have. It's like, if I can show them a receipt saying that I purchased it on this date, I can show them I have a box that says it and I have it here, that should be enough to say, just give me a new code. All that notwithstanding, very impersonal response that really is just like, I don't care, not my problem, send it to someone else. Now, if you go to help.bethesda.net, that is their tech support website. Their tech support website is for people who buy games on, like, Steam, or if, like, let's say you buy Fallout 4, or you buy Skyrim and it's got excessive load time, so you would go there and open a ticket and say, I'm having an issue with this, or, like, say you bought the DLC but it's not populating in, and you're too stupid to know to go to the shop to make sure the shop actually downloaded it, but then say the shop actually downloads it and it's still not showing up, you would have to contact help.bethesda.net. There's a technical hotline, and they even say here, for any further assistance with your game, beta, or any general technical issues, which tells me they didn't even read it, the email, because they didn't even say what game I was talking about. So, naturally, I get mad. And this is what caused This is what caused my next email and yesterday's episode of the podcast to rant about it. So I sent them a, curt, I guess would be the right word, email back. So this is what I sent back to them yesterday. I already spoke to the retailer, and they said that because the game was open, there's nothing that they can do, and I should contact you guys. Now, honestly, that's not true. I did not go back to Best Buy and talk to them specifically. However, I've had issues with GameStop before about returning games that are already open, and the policy on returns of games that are already open is pretty strict. I know for a fact where I work that we wouldn't be able to do anything about it. And there was an incident where my brother bought a movie once, took it home, and he got home from Walmart, opened the case, and the movie wasn't in it. They went to return it, and they said, well, we have no idea you actually took the game, you didn't just take it out, and trying to return it now. So he got screwed out of $20 for Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods. So I'm not going to sit here and waste my time doing what isn't, like, I'm a busy person. I'm not going to go drive 10 miles to Best Buy to go and try and argue something that's going to result in nothing happening. I figured this would be the correct avenue to take, because had I ordered the game directly from you, this issue would still be present because it's a packaging defect. It's not a technical issue, it just has nothing to do with an error on the game disk or my console, which is just me saying, hey asshole, if you read my email, you would know that there is nothing wrong here. Now this next part here is a bluff, because I realized after the fact that I probably should have gone on Bethesda's website and saw, if you got on Gear, can you order a physical copy of the game to come to your house? I did not do that. Granted, it also appears they didn't read my email, so I'm not too upset about the fact that I didn't go and do this. So this next part's kind of a bluff. So what I said was, my question comes down to, had I ordered a physical copy directly from you and the game did not include the DLC code as advertised, what would be the next step for me to be able to claim the code that I paid extra to get? Had I ordered from you directly, then it would fall into an issue with my order, but it appears now that apparently it is no one's fault and I'm just stuck with the losses I bought it at Best Buy. So that's what it comes down to, is that I'm gonna sit here and contact you now. You're gonna say, oh, there's nothing we can do. Basically, it all comes down to just them saying, tough shit, you gotta deal with it. So then this boy Brick, my friend Brick at Bethesda, who I've been emailing back and forth with for a few days now, finally emailed me back today at 11:30 a.m., about an hour ago from when I'm recording this. Finally emails me back, this motherfucker, and he says, if you had purchased from us and the code was not included, I would still be directing you to help.bethesda.net for more assistance, as they are the direct line to Bethesda Studios, and we do not have replacement DLC codes here. Brick, on the off chance that you're listening, and I do not think that you are, I do not like telling people to go fuck themselves, but you can go fuck yourself with this. Because how is that not your problem? How is this not an issue with... Okay, let's take the situation and we'll put it and apply it here. And I don't think that... I think that maybe I wasn't clear. I don't like assigning blame to myself for things in situations like that. So I like to think that I'm a very clear person in writing about what I'm trying to get across. And I think... Let me rephrase this, okay? I go to gear.bethesda.net, which is the site that I contacted the help support from. And I say to them, I bought a copy of Fallout 4 Game of the Year. Physical. For the Xbox One. You guys ship it to my house. There's no tamper evident on the packaging. Everything is vacuum sealed and properly sealed. I open the case. The DLC is not in it. How is that not an issue with my order? And that I need to now not go to them, I have to go to, now, because it's an outside thing, I gotta go to this other site. So, I'm not completely an asshole on this, because I realize that I am being difficult by saying, no, I want you to deal with this, because you happen to be the first email I found on my site, on your site. So I understand that I am being a little bit difficult. But, so I did try to go and check out the help center on Bethesda's website, and it says you have to open a ticket for it. Now, help center and open a ticket are two words that I hear a lot at work, which means that nothing's going to happen. And that we're going to sit here for 6 months and there's going to be no solution to this problem. So I attempt to sign, I go over, I search for the issue, I search DLC not included, game of the year, and I finally, there's no results anywhere on the site for anything that is resembling my problem, which is not unlikely. I'm not surprised by that, because it's a packaging defect for a game that's only been out for a short period, and a lot of people bought on release day. It was game of the year for the year it came out, and a lot of people bought it release day and then bought the season pass after. So I'm not entirely surprised that there isn't a widespread issue with this where there's a complaint on the site like that. And I'm also assuming that people who would have this issue would probably be more well-equipped to find someone on Bethesda's end to answer this question. So I contacted, I go to open a ticket. This was yesterday. After I got in his email and after I had recorded, and that I wasn't going to be completely obstinate. I wanted to try and get this resolved because I do want that $20 DLC code. So I tried to sign up for an account, and I kept getting an error saying, "We're sorry, cannot be processed." What the fuck do you mean you cannot process my membership to the Help Center site? It's an email, a username, and a password. It's not like you need any extraneous information or anything. You're not doing anything ridiculous to get this done. You need a username, a password. It's the same amount of information you need to sign up for fucking Neopets to get onto Bethesda's help website, and you can't figure out how to have it run where it's not working. So I can't even contact the Help Center on this because the Help Center has to have an account to open a ticket for. So what the fuck am I going to do? So, I tried again today, same issue, and now I feel like emailing my buddy Brick, but apparently I think that'll be barking up the wrong tree, and Brick's starting to get pissed, because apparently, and the nerve of this guy to have this attitude. If I ever answered a customer back like this about an issue, I would get a customer complaint, and I would have to get written up, and it would be a whole ordeal. But this guy's just a dick, because there's no repercussion. So, you know what? Once I get this code, I'm getting, I'm done with, I'm not buying 76, I'm not buying Elder Scrolls 6, I'm not buying Oblivion, on the Xbox for backward compatibility, I'm not buying the Skyrim Special Edition, not buying anything else from Bethesda ever again. I would advise everyone else to do it too, because it's like, how shitty is it that the basic attitude that we have right now is, we have your money, why should we give a fuck? There's and the thing is, too, it's not like there was a technical issue. It's a factory fuck-up. I'm not trying to blame them and say they did something on purpose to fuck me. And if that was the case, or there was any evidence of that, I would have no problem making the claim that they're trying to fuck me. But that's not what happened here. And it's not the claim I'm trying to make happen here. The problem is there was a packaging error. It was a defect. Shit happens. I understand this. It's like 1 in 10,000 light bulbs comes out defective when it comes from the factory from GE. Shit happens. How the fuck is it okay, though, that you're not going to sit here and attempt to rectify it? And how is it okay that you don't have a fucking customer service phone number so I can just call and get some information? That would solve this problem immediately. If I can just call and be like, hey, here's what happened, and now we can have this problem solved. But that is not existing on this fucking... There's nowhere on this site is there a number for me to call that would actually answer my question about this problem. And that's where we'll wrap this up for today with episode 104.5. I don't know. It's just so frustrating to me that the attitude that you get back about I'm sorry, I could have got the regular edition for $10. I paid $29 or $22 with the fucking 20% off from Best Buy. Whatever it was. I paid the $29 was the sale price I got it for. I could have paid $9 and got the regular edition, which is what I ended up getting. But I paid $20 extra so I can have this DLC, so that way I can actually use the fucking mods. If I wanted to play the game fully, I can play the game fully. But no, I can't use any of that, because it's infinitely more important for them to be solving other pressing issues. And what the fuck are people even ordering from Bethesda gear anyway, if not games? How is it possible there's no way for this asshole to reissue a DLC code? So yeah, I don't know. On that note, I will wrap this up for today. I have been Adam, and maybe tomorrow I'll do a weekly wrap-up, considering that The Flash didn't air this week. I'll do a Flash episode of, Beware of Spoilers. I'll do tomorrow. So have a good rest of the week, and hopefully I'll have to update this again.